What's up, guys and gals? Welcome to sWs, Shootin with Shane, Season 3, Episode 6. Now, usually I have a guest sitting here with me. Believe me, I have a guest. I'm going to bring on a man who really doesn't need an introduction, but I'm going to do my best to give him one. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring on Kreme.
I'm not coming in until you do it right. Announce me right, like the star that I am.
All right, so we've talked about this, and apparently here's what we're going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Kreme.
About time you recognize everything that I am.
Well, Kreme, welcome to sWs.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for making the drive.
Hey, no problem. No
pretty good drive down.
I was, when you're as great as I am, everything's great. Driving, you're the best at it. Just chilling.
Any good snacks on the way here?
Oh, I had let's see here, I ate about 3 donuts.
Okay.
And then I had let's see here. No, that's it. That's it. Donuts.
Just 3 donuts.
Just the donuts. That's all I need.
I have to ask too, because I know that you scout competition.
Oh yeah.
So, I follow you on Facebook and all social media platforms. What and how do you train / scout competition?
So what I do is, if I hear about a donut shop, I go there, I try their donuts.
Good.
And if they're no good, I can't help. I have to go there and try to find them for better recipes.
Okay. Who's your favorite donut shop?
Ooh, favorite donut shop?
I mean, I know there's a lot of them. I don't know if you've had Jack's Donuts yet here in Kokomo.
I haven't had Jack's. Well, we got one, but I ate there. They seem... Jack's Donuts, I don't know. I can't say nothing because I've never had them.
Okay.
So, but right now I'm digging, there's a donut shop here in Kokomo called Dan's Donuts.
Dan's Donuts, yeah.
I hear good things, so I tried it, and they seen me coming and they let me cut the front of the line.
So you get to walk in the store,
yes.
They're like, Kreme's here.
Yep.
We gotta get him up front.
As soon as possible. We need him for our donut shops.
Now, gas station donuts, man.
Gas station?
That's like the average day working man's donut. You go in, you get your hot cup of coffee, you get a breakfast sandwich, maybe a nice glazed donut. What's your views on gas station donuts?
Well, I don't really eat gas station donuts. They're below me.
Okay.
I like the cream of the crop donuts.
Okay.
Like, they have to be made right in front of me. I don't trust gas station people.
Okay. Let's do this then. You know what? Let's just put a Mount Rushmore together real quick of donut shops.
Donut shops?
Yeah. Kreme's Mount Rushmore of donuts.
So,
what's your top 4?
Krispy Kreme at first.
Kreme, okay.
That's the best.
Okay, we're going Krispy Kreme, number 1. Okay.
Number 1. You can't do anything better.
The George Washington, the Abraham Lincoln, if you will, like donuts, okay.
Like, if I was to eat a donut, it would always be Krispy Kreme.
Okay.
Then we got Dan's, of course.
We're going to throw Dan's on there?
We'll throw Dan's on there. They got some really good donuts.
Okay.
I mean, when you got people waiting an hour to get a donut.
But not you.
Not me.
Not you.
They see
you just
me
cut
in
the
line, and they're just like, oh, come on. We got you.
Free dozen. Let's go.
Free dozen. And then there's a little shop in Marion called Pappy's.
Pappy's, okay.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Not Pappy, sorry. Poppies.
Pappy's?
Yeah, it's the same. They're 3.
Okay, so we're going 3.
They're down there.
Okay.
And then Dunkin's last.
Dunkin's would be the last
Dunkin's is the very last donut
I seen you were just at Dunkin's here not too long ago scouting the competition, and...
I was, and it was not very good. They're really dry, and they muck up my mouth.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not
you
good.
drink milk with your donuts? Like...
Nah.
Hot coffee?
Yeah, milk, chocolate milk, man.
Chocolate milk.
Yeah.
I mean, Krispy Kreme is like. Well, because I forgot, because plain milk is below you.
Oh yeah, you gotta have the best.
You gotta have chocolate milk.
Yes, yes.
Only
the best products go into this body.
And I'm saying, dude, you're looking fit.
Hey,
you're looking good. You're looking good. I gotta ask, how long you been training, as far as pro wrestling goes? You've been doing your thing here lately, like.
I'm not even gonna lie. I don't train. I haven't had a chance. Because everybody just wants to be with me. Yeah. And I don't need to train because I'm just that good. Yeah. I'm just so good.
Let me ask you this, man. We'll get a little into this here. When you debuted, when you walked through that curtain, and I want to tell a little story really quick because this is a little funny thing here. I'm in the back with you. And all the boys are in the back, and we were just talking about this on my patio before we started doing this. Yep. You refused to get in gear until it was time to go through the curtain.
Yes, I did.
And when you finally got in gear, and I was back there, and I'm gonna try to hold my composure now, but when I seen it all put together, wow, superstar.
Yes.
I mean, when you walk through the curtain, the music hit, you come out, I mean, crowd went nuts for you. They were like, he's here, here, like, Krispy Kreme is here, like.
Because they understand. They know when they see greatness, it just oozes to everybody.
What was that feeling like, man, walking through that curtain?
It's nothing new to me. It's nothing new to me. I'm used to being the center of attention. Okay. And everybody like, oh, yeah, we know greatness. We need to cheer this guy on.
We know greatness. We respect greatness.
Yeah.
We drink it in, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it just oozes out of me, and the crowd receives it.
Now, obviously, your debut into the ring obviously was not the best. I apologize for that. It's just, I had to put you down, to make a point. Me and the other members of Called X, we had to just
But as you can tell, as you can see, it did nothing. I'm still the greatest.
I was gonna say, man, we beat you down pretty much, and I mean, but the power of the donuts, I feel like
it really gets me.
When I threw the donuts at you at the end, when I said take your donuts with you, did you get your donuts at least?
I did. I took them back, and I was out there to make you guys look good. That's the only reason.
I'll drink to that. Hell, I appreciate that.
I lend my name to the lower class so they can make a name for themselves.
And I'm actually surprised that you agreed to do the show because, I don't have any donuts or any snacks for you right now. But regardless, thank you for coming on.
No problem. Even though you said there was going to be snacks and
there was going to be snacks.
That's the only reason I agreed. But hey,
I got chili dogs. I got chips. All right, we can't be perfect like you. You know what I mean? We can't be perfect like you. Great. Let me go ahead and get into the gimmick. The character of Krispy Kreme because I've known you a long time, man, and we go back. Shit, hell, I met you in culinary arts.
It was.
Man. I met you in culinary arts.
I think we were.
You were one of those grunge kids like I was, punk rock kids that just sat by themselves, and we ended up hooking up in a culinary arts class.
Which, by the way,
Miss Sakura's class. Yeah. Miss Sakura.
It was the best class for me,
dude. It was the I
get to eat in the morning.
That's the best part. That's where I was. I was like, man, we have to make food, eat food, and learn how to do all this cool stuff. Like, let's do this. Do you remember? And trust me, we're gonna get back into my question, but just a little side note. Do you remember? How we'd always sneak off and we'd make our own burgers.
Oh, yeah.
And still fries and make our own little waffle fries because they had them delicious, crispy waffle fries that we would make all the time. And then we was always stealing the school pizza.
Yep, we always stole.
We were always getting the school pizza, man.
We got in trouble so much for eating those school pizzas.
We did. We really did.
They were so good.
They were school pizza's best damn pizza, hands down.
Ever.
It just,
I don't care.
I don't care how 5-star, 12-star rating your company is. School pizza is the best pizza on the planet Earth. That's just what it is.
They're what pizza is to what Krispy Kreme is to donuts.
5-star.
Best.
Just best.
Like, I love some Pizza King, but school pizza, you can't go wrong.
You can't, man. And well, see, and that's the thing too about pizza. You know, like we have a company here called Gabe's. You know what I mean? And yes, it's a good Pizza Company, but it ain't no Pizza King. And to me, personally, it's kind of a rip off of what Pizza King is. Yeah. And I feel like that would be like if you ate there, it'd be a mockery to your taste buds. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
only the best.
Because you mentioned Pizza King, so I mean, hell, Pizza King ships around the world now.
It does.
Like it ships around the world, people. Like, but all right, man, let's go ahead and go back into the question of the character. The gimmick of Krispy Kreme. We'll jump into that a little bit about how the character came about. I know with like in the pro wrestling world and stuff like that, you have to do business.
Yeah.
If you're hired in by a company and you're a champion, the time's gonna come, where someone comes to you and they say, "Hey, you're gonna have to lose the championship tonight," And unfortunately, a certain individual didn't want to do business, if you will. And then all of a sudden, it was like Krispy Kreme character was created, and you become more of a star than said individual will ever be in my personal eyes. I mean, dude, the pop you got.
Yes. Well,
how did that feel really quick? Like that pop. I know we were just talking about it, but the pop, man, you came out not the first time, second time.
Second time, yeah.
Second time, you got a hell of a pop. Hell of a pop. I was watching that through Gorilla.
Again, it just goes back to me being so great. Like, I believe that. Well, let's just say that no matter what, Krispy Kreme will always be the best, and he will always get a pop. And that's just the way the character is.
Yeah.
He's always going to be the best. Everybody's either going to hate him or love him.
And that's the thing, man, because, you and I, again, was out back on my patio before we started filming this, and we were talking about different things, different ideas. We ain't giving nothing away.
Yeah.
But, man, like, I will never forget, when you made your debut, I mean, phenomenal.
Yes.
When you come back and then you actually faced Damien DeVille that night, you called out anybody. You called out me and called X. Unfortunately, we had our own stuff to deal with. But, you called out Damien DeVille. Didn't call out Damien DeVille, but Damien DeVille answered the challenge. But, man, when you came out, the pop that you got, it was deafening. I mean, they were like, man, we like this. And then you got on the mic. And you ripped him down. And they instantly were like, we don't like this guy no more.
No.
What was that feeling like, man, walking out and just hearing him like, oh, yeah, man, this is great. This is cool.
It was great. It was like the best feeling I've had in a long time.
Yeah.
And then I got on there and started talking to him. It's not my fault their little hillbilly brains can't understand what I'm trying to do.
I understand that.
But you
totally get that.
You get it.
I do. I totally understand that.
And then it's just, when they started turning on me, I felt even better. It was an even better feeling. Like, oh, this is it. This is what I need to feel.
I'm invincible
all the time.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I'm invincible.
And the character just came about because I was asked, like, hey, you want to try this? I've always wanted to try wrestling.
Yeah.
We used to do it in my backyard all the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
And I was like, okay, let's do this. If it doesn't go over,
then it doesn't go over. It doesn't work. But it went over.
That's
the thing. I mean, it's huge.
Yeah.
Krispy Kreme became something that became. When I was told about it, originally, because like you said, man, we used to do wrestling in your backyard all the time. We were doing, ladder matches, hardcore matches, whatever. And then, all of a sudden, I get a message, and from a mutual friend, if you will.
Yeah.
And I'm told about this, and I'm like, let's go. I support this, and let's see what we can do with it. And then it just from day one, it just got over to me. Like, I felt like, now I get it. Like, some people, and, again, no disrespect to people who didn't jump on board with it, nothing like that. But the people who did, I think it was a good time. You know what I mean? It was just a good time. And I think that people who understood what was going on, I don't want to use the word politics, but I'll use the word politics. It was just a good time. And it worked so well, man. I mean, you're so over with the people as Krispy Kreme. It's crazy.
That's the crazy thing, is like, back in my mind, I was like, well, this ain't gonna work. People are gonna get mad.
Yeah.
They're just gonna riot and throw stuff.
Yeah.
Like, where they threw chairs into the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is what's gonna happen. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. ECW days.
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah. I couldn't really replace it in my mind.
Too many donuts, people. Don't worry about it. Sugar rush.
Yeah, sugar rush. But, I've always wanted to be like the bad guy.
Yeah.
The bad guy wrestler.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do that. Because they have so much fun.
Yeah. Well, you get to go out, man. You get to make fun of people, help the little kids, whatever.
Yeah, isn't that what wrestling is? Is just having fun.
Having fun. And speaking of having fun, let's talk about a guy that I know you know a lot about.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this is, and we were just talking about this again too, Andy fucking Kaufman.
Fucking greatest comedian heel in my mind.
Yeah.
The greatest.
Yeah.
Because nobody knew how to work a crowd as much as he did.
He did, man.
So if you sit there and you watch Andy Kaufman, it's like you could see it, the gears turning every time he would get that mic in his hand.
Yeah.
He'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to say this, and they're going to act like this, but hey, I got to come back for it.
Yeah.
So, I said
10 steps ahead. Every time.
Always ahead. And the great thing about Kaufman is he didn't care if you were laughing or not.
Yeah.
As long as he was laughing and having a good time.
Having a good time.
He doesn't care.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Like, and that's the way I'm trying to be, is like.
See, and that's the thing, man. Like, I feel like, because like when Andy Kaufman, because again, I've known you a long time, man. We came up together, and I know when, you've been a huge Andy Kaufman fan as long as I've known you. And then when the movie Man on the Moon came out, I mean, that was like your Bible pretty much.
Much.
You pretty much watched that thing, on repeat religiously. But when you bring Andy Kaufman into the wrestling world with Jerry the King Lawler back in the day, with the neck brace and just, the intergender wrestling, Andy wrestling women and being the women's champion and stuff like that. I mean, it was gold, man. I mean, it was such good shit. Like,
and he's, like, I'm just gonna say it, he really is a good wrestler, too.
Yeah.
Like, he can sell. Yeah. He can make you believe, like, oh yeah, I'm really injured.
Broke him in half type thing, you know what I mean? Right. Like, yeah.
And then, like, the Man on the Moon.
Yeah.
Not only was it Andy Kaufman, but it was Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, what a better role.
You could not do any better.
Yeah. And nobody could have played that role better than Jim Carrey. That was arguably, in my personal opinion, I love Jim Carrey. He's obviously one of my favorite actors.
Mine too.
I love what he's doing nowadays with all, he's woke as fuck. He's into tune with everything. Great fucking guy. You never see him in the media for bad stuff or nothing like that. I mean, great guy, kind of like Keanu Reeves. Never in the media for bad stuff. But man, when he took on the role of Andy Kaufman, you couldn't have picked a better person to do that role. Anybody else would have flopped at that role. Jim Carrey took off with that role. He made that role. He actually embodied Andy Kaufman. Yeah, he made Andy Kaufman rise from the grave and come back alive again.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, just as Heath Ledger made the Joker a real person. He said, well, but with Andy Kaufman, man, 100%. The guy was phenomenal in the ring. I mean, he did his comedy wrestling. He knew what he was doing as far as, being handled with Jerry the King Lawler. He knew he was safe, whatnot. But yeah, that's how I look at you, and I know that's a huge compliment for you.
I appreciate that.
Being involved with that whole Andy Kaufman, ideal of where you're at with your gimmick and your character, like it's over. I mean, it's totally over with the crowd. You know what I mean? Like they're so into it. Like, and again, we got some people that don't like it, and that's fine. But 90% of the people, they love it. I mean, it's something that's hilarious.
And honestly, that's the crazy part to me, because you know, they're separate. Like Donald's separate than Krispy Kreme.
Exactly.
So Krispy Kreme, is the alter ego of Donald. He's what Donald wants to do, but he doesn't.
Well, Andy had an alter ego.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now,
yeah,
it's like, okay, I can do alter egos. So Krispy Kreme,
right?
We're all aware of that, how Andy he is, and how he's the best.
And do you remember names being passed around? Because I remember hearing a name once that it was going to be Kris Cholesterol.
Kris Cholesterol, and I think there was a Crispy Bacon, maybe.
Crispy Bacon? I didn't hear that one.
I
heard Krispy Kreme. Hell, you might be able to make your own sandwich at Dunkin'.
Yeah,
now.
maybe
the Krispy Kreme crispy bacon sandwich or double egg bacon sandwich or something. I don't know.
Sounds so good.
You might want to endorse that, man. You might need to endorse that.
Krispy Kreme, if you're paying attention to this, hit your boy up.
Man,
he'll help you out.
I want to ask too, man. Man, what's it like being Krispy Kreme? Because obviously, I've seen people are starting to recognize you from the shows and stuff,
like,
and
it's hard to go places.
Yeah,
like I was at the 4-H fair, and of course, just standing there minding my own business.
I remember talking to you about this. Yeah,
here comes these fans. Oh, can we take a picture with you? I was like, I guess.
And then there was the photo. I remember seeing them. I remember talking to you, and you were like, "Man, I can't go anywhere without."
I really can't. Like, I go to my other job, and all I hear, Krispy Kreme. I'm like, okay, hey,
like it just
let me work. Leave me alone.
Right. I'm trying to do my shoot job. I just want to do my 9 to 5
exactly.
and go home. But
that's all I want to do.
Man, I remember. Yeah, like I said, I follow you on social media and stuff, and I remember. You said you were at the fair, and man. Girls bombarded you with photos, and they were like, "Damn, this Krispy Kreme over here!" Like,
and then I had people shoot me texts like, "Hey, I should have took a picture with you." I was like, "Hey, well, it's your fault. You should have, because it's gonna be worth a lot of money here lately. You should have got my autograph too, but no." Too worried about getting a picture with me.
Yeah, because man, like going back to that whole picture thing, man. Yeah, it was just like I've noticed, man. It's just and then like with the whole social media thing too. Man, it's blown up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's wow, like overnight almost.
I couldn't figure it out.
It was like weird. I was at work on my shoot job, and all of a sudden, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna go to Krispy Kreme's page, see what's going down on his side of town, and man, here's all this stuff, and I'm just like, damn. One of my personal favorite photos. I'm gonna get it printed. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna have you sign it at the next show.
Okay.
I'd love to hang it here in the new SWS office.
It would make it look so much better in here.
It's the one with you with the donut floaty.
Oh, so
phenomenal photograph. I
mean, how else do you promote yourself?
That's like a world champion photograph.
It is.
You know what I mean?
That is the physique.
That's like Chicago Bulls '98 winning the title, posing with a championship. That donut floaty was the best photo. Got to get it printed. Got to get it signed. It will be hung with the other autographs. I mean, I got different wrestlers floating around here with signed stuff. I'm just saying. You'll be one of them.
It would make this room so much better with my picture and my autograph in here.
Got to have the photo with the donut. Day at the beach, man. Good day?
It was a good day. That picture was a while ago.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to post it because I know how much my fans love seeing me like be a normal person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
Because that's all I am. Just
normal person.
Just give me my space. I don't. But yeah, it was a good day at the beach. We were just out there having fun.
I mean, you've got to a point where you got donut lighters.
Yes, I do.
Donut lighters, man. I actually was at a gas station the other day and I saw
I got a donut lighter.
Donut lighter. Let me see that. Just so you guys know, I'm not bullshitting. Legitimately. Donut lighter. Like, I was at the gas station, saw that same lighter, and I instantly thought of Krispy Kreme. I was like, well, damn, Krispy Kreme is just, man, he can market every damn thing.
Everything.
Point. You know what I mean?
It doesn't matter.
Let me ask you this, man, because I know you've been a huge wrestling fan for a long time. I know, we used to do this stuff in your backyard a little bit. We did the backyard wrestling thing with guys like Joe Tipton and guys like that. if you had to put a Mount Rushmore together of pro wrestlers, who would be your 4?
Pro wrestlers?
Yeah.
Well, we already know.
Of all time, you know what I mean?
We already know who number 1 is.
Who's number 1?
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman's going to go up number 1.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
Andy Kaufman, number 1. I don't know. I've always been a fan of, like, the comedy aspect of the wrestlers. Like, yeah, we get it. You're supposed to be serious, but hey, you're kind of funny too. So I'll put DX at number 2.
Okay.
Just the whole group.
Just the whole group as a whole.
Group as a whole. Because their promos were great.
Oh, absolutely.
And they always knew how to make you laugh.
Oh, dude, they would go out of their way.
Yes. Just to get you to break character.
Yeah. I mean, just Sean and Hunter alone.
Yeah.
Without even Road Dogg and Rick Rude and all those guys, you know, I mean, oh, dude, it was just good shit with DX. Yeah, DX. I mean, and we grew up on that era. You know what I mean? Like, that was our era of wrestling growing up.
So it's kind of how we want to see our wrestling shows go.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, well, let's do this. Because this is going to make it like a flashback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's going to unlock a memory. I'm like, oh.
That's fun. That's cool. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Roddy Piper.
Oh, yeah.
Loved Roddy Piper.
Oh, absolutely. Hot Rod, man.
The greatest.
I mean, the dude was a talker on that microphone.
Yes.
Like, but he could work, though.
Yes.
He could work the ring, but man,
he knew
Piper's
how to work
pit
that
and
mic.
everything. Man, that microphone and him were just, that was his best damn friend right there.
Like the interview where he interviews himself. The greatest interview ever.
I remember him coming out, half black, half white, dude, looked awesome.
Yes.
Piper, dude, with the kilt, head to toe. Piper was just one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time.
Ever.
I mean, dude had it all, in my opinion.
And everybody knew, like, oh, he's going to say something, and it's going to make us all mad.
He was a shotgun man.
He was. And you never knew what he was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
Mm-hmm. God, he was so good at what he did.
Yes,
he was a loose cannon like Brian Pillman. I mean, you did not know what Piper. It was, if there was a microphone in that man's hand, you did not know what was coming out of that man's mouth at any time. Like,
I don't even know why they kept putting microphones in his hands.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. You just get to a point. It's like, hey, Piper, we're just going to hand you a microphone and go do this promo, and he's like, oh, okay, let's go. And you never knew what the hell Piper was going to do.
And I'm pretty sure it was all off the top of his head too. Like, here you go.
But like one of the most humblest guys too, you know what I mean? Just super down to earth, didn't really, you know, wrestling business, family life is family life.
Exactly.
But man, when he went in there to that ring, man, that dude,
he put it all out there.
He left it all in that ring every single night. It wasn't one of those things where he just was like, okay, well, I'm gonna do this promo and I'm gonna go. No, man, that dude gave everything he had. Roddy Piper, Hot Rod, Roddy Piper, yeah, hands down, true American legend in pro wrestling. Who's 4th?
4th one. Man, that's a hard choice. I've used up all my good ones. We'll just go with Lawler.
Lawler?
The stuff that he did with Kaufman.
Okay.
If you look back on it.
The Burger King, if you will.
Yes. Those were some good, entertaining matches.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They were super entertaining. And then they brought it out of the ring too.
Yeah, yeah.
So
well, they were on like late night shows and stuff like that.
Adding to like this rivalry, like the hillbilly versus the movie star.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, I'm better than you because
that was around the time Kaufman had the neck brace and everything.
They were on Letterman and Lawler just slapped the shit out of him.
Yeah.
He just slapped him.
And it was crazy because like Lawler took such good care of him, you know what I mean? He was like, hey dude, I got you. I'm gonna make sure you're safe. Let's do this. And man, it was so good. Lawler being from Memphis. And then Andy Kaufman, from what, LA or something
California.
Like that. California, yeah. And it was just two different sides of the spectrum. I mean, Lawler thought he was a disgrace in the wrestling world, and Andy Kaufman was like, well, I can beat you one-on-one. Yeah. And it was just, dude, that whole build for that, it felt like a good, like, I guess what we call now, like a WrestleMania moment. I guess it's no different when you look at it and you think, well, Sami Zayn took on Johnny Knoxville from Jackass. You know what I mean? It kind of, I remember watching that match, and that kind of gave me the same feel of Jerry Lawler versus Andy Kaufman.
Because you didn't know what to expect in that match either, because you got Johnny Knoxville from Jackass.
Exactly.
You
Giant mousetrap and whatever. You know?
How fun was that match to watch?
Honestly, that was, for that WrestleMania that night, that was one of my favorite matches from that night. For being a comedy match, I loved every second of that match. I've talked to a lot of people, and a lot of people have agreed that match was phenomenal.
It was.
Sammy kept him safe. Johnny kept it entertaining. Sammy kept it entertaining. Crowd was into it. They brought in Jackass crew members, to come in and do
Wee
stuff.
Man coming in there.
Dude, I thought well done match. Very well done. Ended with the mousetrap, I do believe, right? He pinned him with the mousetrap, the giant mousetrap. I thought it was, wasn't there like an exploding turnbuckle or something? I feel like Sammy climbed on the top rope to do something like the turnbuckle.
Maybe it was when Johnny electrocuted him with the taser.
Maybe that's what it was with the taser. Okay, there was something where, dude.
I know he tased him at one point.
I just remember like the mousetrap being like the finish, and I just thought that was, dude. I honestly enjoyed the match. I really did. I thought because Sammy was hot at that time, and then Sami Zayn would later go from that to do the Bloodline stuff, which is still amazing right now, in my opinion. But it's just to see a guy like Knoxville come in with the superhero get-up and everything. It was Andy Kaufman. That was Andy Kaufman.
It was.
And, inspired stuff right there.
It was a great freaking match.
Gotta ask you this. Let me go my notes really fast.
Okay.
What's it mean being Krispy Kreme, man? As far as giving this, like you've been given this opportunity to go out there and, entertain and have fun doing everything that you do, because you've been great at it, man. You really have. You've been given this an idea was pitched, and it was like, hey, this is what we want you to do, and then you go out there and do what you want, just have fun, do what you do. What's it like, man, being
it's kind of like a dream come true, because I've always thought about doing stand-up comedy, and then when I got approached to do the Krispy Kreme, I was like, okay, cool. This is going to help me work on getting comfortable talking in front of people, being on the mic. And then I actually get to go out there and do jokes and make jokes and have fun while I'm doing it and try to get people to laugh.
Yeah.
That's really all it's all about, is making people laugh and forget about, their daily struggles.
Yeah, because, you got people buying a ticket. They're working a 9-to-5 job.
You get that ticket. I'm there to entertain you.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? I'm there to entertain myself more.
Yeah, of course.
I got to entertain myself before I entertain before I entertain the crowd.
But like you said, man, these guys work hard. These gals work hard, and then be able to go there and entertain and stuff like that. That's the most important thing.
Yeah. But being Krispy Kreme is just, I don't know. I finally get to be that part of Donald that no one ever really gets to see unless they're close to.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, because I've known that side of you
for a while,
more than half my life. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But if they see the Donald and then they see the Krispy Kreme, like, it's totally different.
Yeah, it's like what was going back to Andy Kaufman? What was Andy Kaufman's little alter ego?
Oh, he had Tony.
Tony what?
Tony Clifton.
Tony Clifton.
How great would it have been if Tony Clifton would have showed up to a Jerry Lawler and Kaufman match?
Right, yeah.
And then Lawler and Clifton versus Kaufman.
Dude, because the alter ego was
hated each other.
Oh, dude.
They hated each other.
Couldn't. And that was his alter ego.
Yeah.
It was just like
he hated himself.
He hated himself. So could you imagine, like you said, could you imagine if Clifton came out and helped Lawler beat Kaufman, and here's Kaufman going, wait, what? And then we get Kaufman versus Clifton versus Lawler in a three-way match.
How great would that match have been?
Dude, who would have played Clifton?
I don't know.
I don't know. It was just Clifton. The way he talked.
Yeah.
The way he talked was just
picture
ridiculous.
Fat Tony Clifton coming out in a singlet.
Just wearing the Andre singlet. You know what I mean? Smoking his cigarette. He wouldn't have gave a damn, man.
I pictured his theme music. Like Tony Clifton's theme music, a tuba just going boom, 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 boom,
right.
as he's walking down to the ring.
I could see that, or like an orchestra or something. You know, like,
just some random shit.
Yeah. See, that's the thing too, man. Like about pro wrestling too. It's so much fun, being able to go out and entertain the crowd and stuff like that. Like we were saying.
Yeah.
Man, I want to. We'll start winding this down here shortly, but I do want to bring up one old story because, man, I've known you a long time. And I thought to myself, if I can only bring up one story on this episode, what am I going to talk about?
Like, I'm not even going to lie. I'm a little nervous about this.
This?
Because there's so many stories.
I know.
So, it kind of makes me nervous. Like, where is he fucking going?
Where is he going with this? All right, I know you remember this.
Okay.
All right, so it was you.
Mm-hmm.
It was me. It's my little brother Kris.
Okay.
We were walking up 4th Street Hill. 4th Street, for y'all don't know what 4th Street Hill is, we used to skate down this hill.
Yeah.
Traffic coming all the time. We didn't give a damn back in the day. Hit me with a car.
We were going...
skate away, like...
We were going towards the cars, going down.
Going
they were
down,
up the hill.
exactly.
Yeah, that was fun.
So, yeah. So, do you remember the day when we were walking with our boards and my little brother Kris decided to throw a rock? And people, when I say a rock, I don't mean a rock like you're thinking like a rock. I'm talking like a fucking piece of the sidewalk.
Yeah.
He threw it in the street and that car hit it in this hubcap flew off.
Yes.
And you and me, we were gone.
We were
left
gone. Kris for himself.
Yeah, Kris was left to defend himself.
Yeah.
Like,
we were like, hey, you're good. Bye.
Yep. He just hummed that damn piece of concrete out in the
I
out
thought
the
for
road.
sure we were going to get arrested.
Me too. We took every alleyway we could. You and me, we looked at Kris and we were like, run. He's like, I'm just going to walk. We're like, then you're on your own, dude.
See ya.
We took every alleyway to get back to my house. And then about half hour later, here come Kris just strolling up the street, just smiling and laughing. And at the time, he was like 14, 15 maybe. We were 17, 18, 19, somewhere around there. He comes strolling up, just smiling. We're like, what happened to you? What happened to you? And he's like, I don't know. Guy got out yelling and screaming. I don't know. I just walked away. And he's like, man, you guys ran like crazy. He was like, I'm not going to jail for this.
No.
Like, I'm not going. And I don't even know what. And it's not like that we like dared him to do anything. We were just walking. And he just goes, hey guys.
And then he throws it.
And he throws it out. And then the car hit it. I mean, and he saw the car coming down the hill. And then he just throws it out there. And we were like, oh shit, this is going to be bad. And then the car hit it. And then the hubcap flew off. And the tire blew out. And we were like,
when we took off running,
we were gone.
And left his little ass.
Oh, we were gone.
Yeah.
I didn't have a care in the world except getting out away from the crime scene.
Exactly.
Like, that's...
So here's another story I think you might remember. So where were we? I think we were on Butler Bridge. And you know how the trains go underneath there.
Oh, no.
And
Was this the dummy thing?
We stole that scarecrow out of that person's yard.
Oh, God, I do remember this.
And we waited for the train and we
dropped it.
Yes. And then...
I was under the bridge when you let it go, and I will never forget that train conductor's face.
It was great.
Oh, my God, dude, I remember
like,
that
we shouldn't be saying this shit on camera.
But, I mean, hey, years ago, and you do
statutes of limitations.
Right? But I do remember that because we were actually walking to like Burger Dairy or something the night before.
And we stole that
and we saw that scarecrow.
And we're like, we need that.
And we took it out of that yard.
Yes, and then we
hit it at
we hit it in some bushes.
No, we took it to Brian's house.
Yes.
I won't say his last name, but we took it to Brian's house.
Yes.
You know where he was?
Yep.
Yep, we took it there. We stashed it. And then the next day, the three of us...
And threw it in front of that train that was passing underneath us.
Oh, my God. I was under the bridge because I was like, all right, go now. And then it happened, and it was like, bro, I was... Oh, my God. That was... I do.
Like, I don't know how we didn't end up in jail as teenagers.
I don't either.
Because the shit we did. It was unbelievable.
Well, I blame Jackass because at that time Jackass was huge, and we were like, well, if they can do it, we can do it.
Yeah, because we used to walk around.
We filmed everything.
Yeah,
we had the big giant camcorder.
1980s style.
Yeah, like the Marty McFly and everything. Like, I mean, we literally filmed everything that we did, man. But
I wish we still had those tapes.
Me too, man, because there was a lot of wrestling stuff on there. There was a lot of just skateboarding. incidents because there was nothing we wouldn't do with a skateboard.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd go off the roof. Yeah, sure, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. Man, dude, the train. I do remember the train thing. Now, that was one of the scariest moments of my life in that moment because of that guy's face. I will never forget that.
I thought he was going to rake the train.
I did too. I was like, I mean, it was perfect timing.
Yeah.
I mean, it dropped
as soon as the conductor got to him.
And it was like the train just came to a stalting hop, and it was like, oh no. We were gone.
Yeah.
I mean, we were gone. Like, there was no, like, we're going to hang around for the... No, we were out. We were out.
So if you think about it, Krispy Kreme has always been there.
Yeah.
He's always been there. Like, that's that side.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is entertaining.
Yeah.
So why not make it more entertaining and bigger? And now this way, I'm reaching more people at the shows.
Yeah, exactly. Because you get to put you kind of get to put yourself out there now, and then, the fact that, I mean, little kids are into it.
Yeah.
People are into it. Guys in the back love it. You know what I mean?
And
it all just came about because, like I said, it was just because one guy didn't want to do business.
Yeah.
And then, business had to be done. And then...
So I got asked by the mutual friend.
Yeah. And then...
I was like, okay. You just tell me what you need me to do, and I'll try my best.
And said mutual friend contacted me, said, "Hey, this is what we're doing."
And then
I was
we
like,
just
okay.
rolled with it.
And it's been a blast since. I'm not gonna lie, it's been awesome.
It has been. I love it,
brother. It's been a blast having you on.
Yeah, I loved it. Like, this has been a great reminiscing, but as long as all the audience remembers that Krispy Kreme is the best.
Now, here's something that I always do, not to interrupt you, but here's something I always do. All right? On SWS, Shoot Machine, I step off camera for a minute. You guys know what I'm doing. I'm taking a piss break. What's up? I always give my guests the opportunity to talk to the camera, talk to the people, talk to the crowd. Anything you want to say, brother, that's on you.
Oh, you just left me alone with the camera?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Don't forget, October 21st, we will be back with AACW. And yes, the great one, Krispy Kreme, will be there to entertain you folks. This will be the most entertainment you will ever see. So make sure you're there, October 21st. And never, ever forget that Krispy Kreme is for the kids. One bite. I'm out of here.